Anybody else out there being too hard on themselves make you question life? Good morning, you guys. I am getting ready to work and I wanted to get ready for work with you guys. To be honest, I ain't been recording. I really haven't been recording, and I've just been in my head about like how I want to show up, because I feel like now that certain things in my life are starting to fall into place and fall the way that I want to, I want almost every area of my life to look different and to look better. And so I kind of took a step back from recording, trying to do that. But if I'm honest, do I feel like the Lord told me to take a step back? No. So I noticed that numbers have already decreased, and basically we're going in the opposite direction that I want to go. And that's one real way to know that, or one real way to know if you're being obedient or disobedient. Okay. So we're back. I'm about to get ready to wash my face. Y'all, let me tell y'all, so y'all know when you watch YouTube and social media and all that stuff, everybody have their own skincare routines. They have these really expensive products and just all the things, right? And I definitely have had my moments where I'm just like, oh, well, maybe I have to get those products too. But I'll be honest, y'all, a lot of people would not recommend this brand, this Clean and Clear brand. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that this is all that I use on my face. And I kid you not, y'all, I took a break from it. It was just using, what was I using, honey? Long story short, I stopped using this and I started breaking out. Like, my face has not been the same since I stopped using this. And so baby, we're back, and I'm not moving away no more, because I'm not someone who really struggles with acne, but it was very much given these past few weeks that I was, and I really feel like it was this and the Pond's moisturizer, y'all. So they have, I'm gonna show y'all when I get into the room, they have the Pond's that has this light blue label, and then they have a Pond's that has this dark blue label. For some reason, the light blue label clogs my pores. I don't know, when I use it, I just find that I have more breakouts than I would like. But once I use the dark blue one, I don't have as many breakouts. So that is my skin routine. Like, I don't I don't have time, because I don't, like I said, I don't want to play with my face. I have really good skin. It may be a little on the dry side, but we got products for that. And so I'm just sticking to my Clean and Clear. I'll use this one sometimes. I'll use this one sometimes at night. But like I said, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that this is, oh, this is the Equate brand too. This is not even the Clean and Clear, but the Clean and Clear, they do have this. The battery is dying for what? Oh my goodness, it's just different. Anyways, but that's my skincare routine. Them two plus the Pond's moisturizer, and we're gonna call it a day, because my face loves those products, and that's just what we're gonna do. So I say all this to say, do what works for your skin. And I've been peeped that a lot of times when I use a lot of products on my face, I break out. So I just cannot, I gotta really just accept the fact that I can't be doing what I see other people doing it just because they're doing it. Like, I have to do what is best for my skin, and it's getting better. It's getting better. So I'm about to wash my face. Should I change the battery first? Hold on while I change the battery. Anybody else out there being too hard on themselves? Because at this point, I don't even understand. I don't even know what to do. I just feel like, so yesterday I had a weak moment. I cried in frustration because something that I wanted to happen seemingly, hear me, that's the key word, seemingly was not happening. And so I had me a little fit. I cried, I was frustrated. And then the Lord did what I wanted him to do. And after like he did it, I just felt so bad for crying. I felt so bad for doubting. And I was just like very much not happy with myself. I was beating myself up, y'all, because I started crying and I got frustrated. And he did it for me in like the 11th hour. Y'all know what that's like how you'll wait for God to do something and time is ticking, and what you believing that he's gonna do, he doesn't do it within the time, within all the other hours, right? It's in that last hour. And I definitely like started doubting and got frustrated like literally like 2 hours before the 11th hour. Just keep up. You know. And so after he did it, I just felt so bad for doubting, and I really did beat myself up. But you know, just through talking it out with the Lord, it's like, bro, you just had a human moment, just relax. Like I was really beating myself up, like, oh my goodness, I failed the test, I started doubting. I know my father to come through for me, but I started doubting. And then after he came through for me, I was so like hard on myself that I couldn't even really celebrate the fact that he finally did it. And so like I don't want to live like that no more. Like I just realized that, like, you know, a lot of times I cry and get frustrated because I'm really just afraid of how things are gonna turn out. I was telling the Lord the other day that in my mind, in order for something to be successful, in my mind there's a certain way that it needs to go, and when it's not going that way, I start panicking. But the Lord reminded me that his ways are not my ways, that there are multiple ways for something to happen. And so I just feel like you know, it's just really interesting overall to be a child of God. And you know, I really do feel like, you know, it ain't nothing too hard for God, but if there's anything that was hard, it will be me. Okay, I do feel like he got his work cut out with me, because sometimes I'm just really, I done been through some things, and some things have really scarred me, and I'm just really overall just scared of like bad things happening. So sometimes I will lose my footing. I will, for a moment, like my faith will be weakened. You know, like when the disciples was in a boat and the boat was filling up with water, and Jesus got up and rebuked the storm, and then he asked them, where is your faith? Why do you have so little faith? And I feel like I definitely have those moments a lot more than I would like to admit, because I'm just really scared. But my Father has a great way of reassuring me and letting me know that I'm tripping. I'm tripping and I need to stop. So don't be too hard on yourself. You're human. I always say this whenever I feel like I am being too hard on myself. Like, this is my first time walking with God, so there's gonna be some challenges, there's gonna be some trial and error. And the beautiful thing about it is the Father knows that he can handle all that stuff. And so it's really just resting in his love and his compassion and his character when it comes down to it, and stop beating yourself up. Like, I feel like when we beat ourselves up, we're doing Satan's work. Like, we're literally, like, Satan ain't gotta do nothing. He just big chilling, just sitting back, because we over there beating ourselves up, saying negative things to ourselves. And that ain't what I want to do. So that we can't be out here doing that. It's funny how certain things stay with you even after you have like moved on from a certain thing. That is the toilet, forgive me. My face is a little dry, but we ain't moisturized just yet. I gotta put my contacts in. But yeah, I don't work a typical 9 to 5. I feel like to a certain degree I still got a 9 to 5, like just a little bit, but it's not a typical one. But I think it's pretty interesting how Fridays are still, you know, one of my favorite days of the week, because I know it's the day right before the weekend. The beautiful thing is though that like I don't have Monday blues. Praise the Lord. I really don't have Monday blues. And you know, I'll be honest, you guys, the kind of work that I do, sometimes when you do grocery shopping, Uber Eats, and those, when you do those things full time, sometimes the slow seasons, they really do make you question life. Okay, they just, because you know you don't make as much as you normally do, and so things can get a little tight. And I do feel like around that time, that's normally where, you know, if I share it with somebody, then the person will always encourage me to go ahead and just leave this line of work and go get something that's a little more stable. And I always fight back with that, because being in the gig economy, it really does give me a lot more than people realize. If I leave this economy and I go back to like typical 9-to-5s, I'll have more money. I will be honest, I will make more money, but I won't have the same amount of peace. And I can say that confidently because I used to have typical 9-to-5s, and so I know what that life is like, and I know the life that I'm living. I did not have a lot of peace when I worked typical 9-to-5s, and this is not to talk bad about 9-to-5ers or anything like that. That is not what I'm doing. Honestly, I have way more respect and appreciation for work in general now than ever before. So it's not that, but I do feel like this ties into the whole skincare thing, where it's like there are certain things that just don't work for you, even if it works for the majority. And I feel like I'm done trying to make those things work for me when it just really doesn't. And the thing is, I'll have what the majority has, you know, I'll have the security and I'll be able to do a lot more because I have more money. But as I'm getting older, I'm just realizing that a lot of money is not a top priority for me. And it's crazy because that's like super counterculture, but it's not. And my experience is, if you want to make a lot of money, there's so many good things, virtuous things that you normally have to sacrifice, such as time with loved ones, time to rest, mental rest. Like there's a lot you normally have to sacrifice to earn like a great deal of money. And I don't want to do that anymore. Like I was telling the Lord the other day, I'd rather make little money, yet I have peace. I have time to read the word, because when I was working a 9-to-5, because I was trying to make sure that I didn't put any mental strain on me, I did not read the word like I used to. But with me being in the gig economy, I do a lot more reading. I do a lot more soul searching with the Lord. Like I do a lot more spiritually because I control my schedule. And so when people advise me to leave my work to go find something that's more dependable, and I do this because COVID should have taught us all that there's no real job that's dependable. Like COVID should have taught us that it don't matter how secure you think you are with your job, any little thing can happen and that job is gone. Okay, but whenever people tell me to leave my line of work, I just shut it down completely, because it's like, you don't understand what being out here gives me. Okay, and so what was I saying? Why did I start this? What was I talking about? Oh, I was saying that, so one of the things that I don't have working the gig work that typical 9-to-5ers have is Monday blues. I don't have that. But I know if I go back to working a typical 9-to-5, I will have Monday blues, because I had it. I had it. Can you imagine, like, what kind of life is that for real, for all of us? For us to spend 4 days hoping and waiting for one day, like from Monday to Thursday, we just cannot wait for Friday. And then Friday comes and Friday is gone, and then Monday's coming right back right back around. And so it's just like, you know, I just think in general, like, we shouldn't be living like that. But Monday blues are real, you know. And it's like, by God's grace, like, I may have some slow seasons at my job, but I enjoy what I do, and it really does give me more than just money. But I will be honest, like, yeah, if I left this, I'd probably make more money, but I'm okay for right now. I'm okay for right now. But yeah, just like making a lot of money. You know, I used to like chase money too. Like I used to, like, forgive me if this is weird to you, but I want to talk to y'all and I'm getting ready. praise the Lord. When you can get the contacts in the first time, you don't gotta take it out and clean it. Praise the Lord. That's exactly what just happened, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, like I don't what was I saying? I don't yeah, I just like back then money was like here to me and everything else was like down here. Now it's very much this. But I'm not saying money is bad or taking a better job that provides you more money is bad, but I am saying that one, whatever you do, do it for the glory of God, okay? Don't be out here doing no crazy stuff for money. I feel like we should strive to do things that God the Father will be proud of. Like I always think about it this way, like if he's looking at me, will he be pleased with what I'm doing? You know, so definitely that. And then I also feel like you want to strive to do things that really align with your values, really align with the things that you want. I've just been seeing a lot in my life, and as a result, like, you know, sometimes you'll have certain dreams and you won't pursue them because it doesn't, like, it's like counterculture, right? Like, I'll be honest, one of my newfound desires is being a stay-at-home mom. That is what I want to do, okay? And that's very counterculture. That is not, you know, these days women are out there getting it. I'm out there getting it right now, but when I become a mom, I do not want to have to constantly leave my children to go make money. I feel like that is one of the sacrifices that come with making a lot of money, and I'm not willing to sacrifice my kids. And so it's very much give and make a whole bunch of money and then sit down, or it's gonna be a while before I have kids, because that's what I desire. I desire to be a stay-at-home mom. And if anything, I always said that if I can't, or if I can only stay home for a little bit, the kind of work that I do now would work. If my kids are at school, then I could do my work and still be able to get off early enough to go pick them up, do homework. Like, I just really want to be super involved in my kids' life. And for me, from what I've seen and what I've experienced, where I'm at aligns better with that desire than me getting a typical 9 to 5. So when people advise me to leave for more money, like, to me, in a way, like, they're saying, like, screw your desires when they don't know them, you know what I mean? And so that's something else I've been talking to the Lord about. Like, when it comes to like giving advice, like, I wish that people would, before they give me advice, ask me what I want. Ask me what I want, ask me what my desires are, and then take that into consideration before you give me advice. Because if you give me advice and to me it sounds like you're going against what I'm desiring, I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it. And I realize that, you know, some people really do have good advice to give, but I just really want to continue the route of doing things that I feel properly align with my godly desires. I gotta say that, because sometimes we be having desires, y'all, that are not godly. So I'm trying to do whatever I can to make sure those things happen. I gotta speed it up, so I'm finna finish out here and then I'm gonna see y'all in the room. Time to do the hair. I recently permed my hair, so I kind of been wearing it out, but I want it up today just because I didn't like flat iron my hair, so it's very much in the puffy stage, and I love that look. I really do. I feel like it very much gives, like, can I say I'm natural but I'm relaxed? Because I'm not talking about like natural, like, look, yesterday was my first time doing like a what you call this, that single braid to the back. It feel crooked, so I'm pretty sure it's crooked, but I felt like it was good for my first attempt. You know, we're gonna get better. This was my first attempt. I be seeing like little girls walk around with it, and I always think it's super cute, but I'm like, I wonder what I would look like with it. So I tried it last night for bed, so that because I want to do an updo, but I want it to be like a curly updo kind of vibe. So I wanted to make sure that the hair was braided. I'm not even gonna like brush it out, to be honest, because I kind of want like messy yet curly look. I don't want to do a bunny. No, I'm gonna do a bun. I'm gonna do like like a real curly updo. But I have a great way of like, oh, these supposed to go from the back. A great way of like hiding the curls. So I think they say you're supposed to go to the back. Come on, sister. And then like, kind of like bring it up like that. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. We're gonna rear that stuff on the side and look like this. It may look a little janky, but hold on. Hold on. And then I don't want to do like forced edges. I forgot who said that. Somebody made a video that was like sometimes we do too much when it comes to the edges and it looks very forced. And when my hair is permed, I definitely feel like I can go a little more like, just like a little playful when it comes to my edges. But baby, when I ain't got no relaxer, we're gonna do forced edges, okay? So, but because I got a relaxer, I can kind of just do like playful edges. So it's really like your edges kind of like all over the place, but it's like somewhat, like you intentionally make it all over the place and you don't really use any real like edge control. That makes sense. That's what I say now that I got perm. So if you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So it's kind of like they're all over the place a little bit, but like I intentionally make it like that. Y'all catching one of them now. So yeah, this is kind of what I want to do today. This kind of what I want to do today. This kind of what I kind of want to do today. I want to get my hair done, but I'm trying to wait for, I think I'm gonna do like 2 more weeks of my hair like this, because when I get my fresh perm, I really don't have to do much to my head. But like after like a month of being relaxed, that's when I normally have to put a little bit of edge control. So when I get to that stage, that's when I want to potentially do a sew-in, a long one too, honey. Nicholas is on. This, if y'all been watching, y'all know that this is one of my favorite scents. This is probably my favorite scent, and it's this mixed bar. You see it? You can't see it like that. This mixed bar vanilla barbon. It's a hair and body mist, and I love that it's a hair mist too. So I will drench. The battery is dying again. Something's wrong with the batteries. That's it. I might just need to get them charged because something is wrong. But I like how you can spray the hair, because sometimes we got good products but they don't smell good. But if I can spray this bad boy, for all my vanilla girlies on a budget. Okay. We'll finish out with my lashes. Y'all, I was talking to myself earlier today, and it's like, I mean, if you don't do that, did you put on enough perfume? Did you put on enough body spray? But I do want to get back into doing a little bit of makeup. And that's sometimes when I spray in the room, London will sneeze. So clearly I be putting on a lot, but I just really like the smell. And I'm hoping, you know, these days people be scared to give compliments, but I'm hoping that when I walk by a person, it whoosh, you know, hit them right in the face. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting back into doing my makeup, but I really do want to go the light route. I don't want to have a beat faced, but I do want, you know, just a little bit of like more of the like polished look that I feel like you can get away with with a little bit of foundation, a little bit of concealer, your lashes done, call it a day. So that's what I was thinking. And I was more so thinking about it for church, because this weekend, in honor of breast cancer, they want us to wear pink. And I feel like if I'm gonna wear pink, which I need to go find something pink to wear, I feel like I want to be dressed up, like I want to be makeup and all that stuff. So so I'm thinking about that. But y'all know how I feel like at my church, like it's just not a good idea to wear makeup, because you either gonna sweat or you're gonna cry. But I just feel like, man, put it on, take your pictures before you go into church. And then you should be good to go. So on a regular, I really just do mascara, and I will, if you've been watching, I will go ahead and bring some of the mascara, use the mascara to brush out my eyebrows and call it a day. But it helps me, in my opinion. If you disagree, don't tell me. It helps me, in my opinion, look more polished. And that's basically all I do. You probably can't see it like that, but I just feel like I look more polished. I feel like I need to brighten up my camera, because it's not showing y'all my beauty, and I just don't appreciate that. Can y'all see it? Let me go change this battery. I got a few more things to do, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, you guys, so this is the end of me getting ready for work. All that's left is for me to gather my belongings, my cute stuff, and get in the car. So thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all on the next one.